Hey guys, how we doing? Today we're going to do a little bit of work on the Ford. She's actually been running really great. Haven't had any issues with her. Pretty much since I replaced the STC fitting. That seemed to cure all the problems. So one thing I've been wanting to do is on the doors. This is the only weak spot down below. They tend to rust down here, and I put some rust inhibitor on there before, cleaned it up, treated it, and lasted about a year or so. Obviously it didn't work so well, so I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. So what I'm going to try is this Ford 15 stop rust kit. It's supposed to work really well and be kind of a permanent thing, so hopefully this will work. It comes with Degreaser, a metal prep, the treatment, some gloves, and a couple of brushes. So first thing we got to do is get those doors cleaned up. And you can paint right over the rust with this thing. That's why it's called POR, paint over rust. But obviously you want to get the loose chips and stuff off first. So I'm going to wire wheel this down, clean it up a little bit, and then we'll start with the first treatment. Alright, so basically that's what you're looking to do, just get the loose rust off of there. So let me do the other couple of doors now. Okay, we're going to spray some degreaser on here now. Just to clean up any oils and stuff that may be on here. Okay, so the instructions say you gotta leave this on here for like 10 to 15 minutes. And you have to make sure it stays wet. So we're just going to keep an eye on it and make sure it's good and wet for 15 minutes. Okay, the next step is we need to rinse it off really well. And then once it's all rinsed off, then we need to dry it really well. Alright, so I'm just using my shop vac. It's got a pretty good exhaust on it, so it'll dry it off pretty good. I could use my air compressor, but it's just going to keep running the compressor and take longer, so I just opted to go this way. Okay, the next thing we got to do is apply the metal prep. We got to keep this wet for, it says 30 minutes. So So we're going to apply it and just keep an eye on it, make sure it stays wet for 30 minutes, and then we got to rinse it off again. This stuff you're just using straight, no dilution, and we're going to put it on with a brush. I do have my respirator and gloves on, so let me get this put on here. Alright, so this has been sitting on here for about a half an hour now, so we're going to rinse it off just like we did the other stuff. Once again, we got to make sure it's good and dry. You can see that left the metal nice and clean to put a little zinc coating on there. So we're going to let this just air dry for a while before we put the sealer on there. Alright, so the final step here is to mix up the paint. And you want to put it in a separate container. You don't want to leave this open because it'll start to dry. I'm just going to stir it up. It says to put it on 2 thin coats. You don't want to put it on real thick, just going to put it on thin. Alright, so let's put some on here. Now this stuff is not UV resistant, so once it's done, you do need to coat it with some paint. Probably not a big deal here because the sun's really not going to be getting on this, but I will paint it white anyways just to match the door. So hopefully this will take care of my rust problem on the doors here. People swear by it, say it's excellent stuff, so we shall see, because I know the other stuff didn't work so great. But I guess this is a whole different animal here, so we'll see what happens. So they say to put it on, and then when you can touch it and it doesn't stick to your fingers, then you can put another coat on there. Alright, so we're going to let that dry for a little while and put another coat. Alright, well that's pretty much it. I put the second coat on here and just got to let it dry now. It is self-leveling. I don't know if you can see, but it flattens out pretty good. So we'll just let it cure. I think it says like 2 to 6 hours to cure. So I'll just let it be, and then maybe tomorrow I can go ahead and put some white paint on it, make it blend right in, and hopefully that will be the end of the rust on the bottom of my doors. Alright guys, so we'll see what happens. They say it's better than you know, a lot of the other products. I hope it is, because I really don't feel like doing this again. I like to do things once, be done with it, and move on. Alright, so that's kind of how it works, how you apply it. If you guys are thinking about trying it on your vehicle, I hope these tips helped you out. And if you liked the video, give a thumbs up, give a like, give a share, and I'll talk to you later.